Long time.
Been a long time. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Ryan the Professional. I'm here again with another stream, RGT Podcast, episode 19. I am very, very sorry for the late start. It is actually thundering over here, and it was a little unexpected. But nonetheless, we are here. I am very sorry for the wait. For those of you that stuck with us and waited, shout out to you guys, and shout out to everybody else that will be joining us here for this lovely evening. The podcast is kind of open tonight. I don't really have any special guests, so pretty much everybody's just going to show up if they show up. So that's all it is. We're not really going to do much. We're just going to talk about gaming, which a lot of these podcasts need to do, is talk about gaming. So that's what that's just about. But I appreciate everybody that's already here. So let's go ahead and start the show. What is going on, everybody? Let's go ahead introduce the panel so far. Go ahead, Carlos. Get that intro out there, B-Dog.
Yo, what's good, my peoples? Once again, man, it's your boy Carlos Fernandez, aka Type R87, gamer by choice, not by trend. RGT Podcast, episode 19. And it's been a long time, but you know what? We're back at it again.
Yeah, it's definitely been a long time. Yeah, but definitely been a long time. Definitely. All right. So let me just fix this here. All right. So we got some gaming news to talk about. So I'm gonna start off with a very good topic so far. This is for what's up, Don? But this is for the Xbox supporters right here. This is actually pretty interesting. But okay, you already know how a lot of people hype up RAM and CPUs and load times.
Yeah.
Well, apparently today, they're launching a fast new feature for the Xbox One. It's called the what was it called? It's for Game Pass titles. It's called Fast Start. This only applies to Game Pass titles, but this allows them to start games quicker with Game Pass.
Wow. That's real funny.
Yeah. So, do you have any thoughts on that?
I mean, all you need is a SSD drive really to put it in the Xbox One.
Oh yeah. You need a good performance heavy SSD.
So what's the purpose of putting this feature when all you need to do is just a simple swap of the actual hard drive?
They already had the thing where they support external drives. I don't understand why they even were working on this feature. You have external drives where it can boost your performance like loading. Man. So I don't know. That was kind of weird, but that's what they did.
I mean, it's the feature that is not on the PS4, so all the Xbox fanboys are gonna go crazy over. We have a feature that you ponies don't have. Yay! But in reality, bro, all you need to do is just swap out the put in the SSD drive, and you're good to go. The loading times have been proven to be improved a lot quicker on an SSD drive than a normal mechanical hard drive. So, I mean, it is what it is. It's a nice feature, but it's nothing substantially to go, and feel that it's that great.
Right. Exactly. Exactly. 2 more months. 2 more months, my brother. You already know what happens in 2 more months. And we got Red Dead coming out in October. So it's going to be a busy year for a game.
It's gonna be that web slinger and that Wild Wild West.
Not to mention you got Days Gone coming out in February as well, and Crackdown 3 if they actually do release it on time, but Crackdown 3 as well for February. So it's a lot of stuff that's going to be releasing. It's good to see. I'm glad to see everything's doing all right so far. So that's good.
I'm actually hyped for that Gears and that unfortunately Forza Horizon 4. I mean it's a good game. It looks beautiful. It looks stunning. But it's just like, I don't know, it feels very empty just having 2 titles out for the Xbox brand this year. Like it feels really, really, really empty. And I mean, State of Decay 2 has actually picked up some steam as of lately. A lot of people have been playing it. They've been, still plays like dog shit on certain parameters, but nonetheless is a game to play.
Yeah, definitely. So I was reading the comments. Thinking about getting Assassin's Creed Odyssey. Yeah, I don't blame you. It looks good. It does look good. What's up, Rex? But yeah, it's gonna be a busy year. I'm happy for this year. I'm glad a game that I've been waiting for God knows how long is now officially going to launch. So that's gonna be fun to play. So that's really cool. I'm glad for that. But let's get into the actual topics. Let's get these real topics here. For those of you that wanted to see the article where I got that, hang on a second. Let me just show that before we start. To the other one, I'm gonna make this a thing on the podcast so you guys can see what we're talking about in terms of the article, so you don't have to read it yourself. But that's the fast loading which rolls out today. All right. Now let's get into the next topic. The next topic right here is very simple. This is from Sony themselves, ladies and gentlemen. It's from Sony themselves. Sony said we need to cater to all people regardless of age, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, or belief. This is from them. I do believe in this mindset because, first of all, it doesn't really matter at the end of the day which you prefer. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't really matter what your orientation is or anything like that, your gender. If you're a gamer, you're a gamer. So you do deserve to be catered to, especially when you're dishing out the money towards that platform. You know what I'm saying? If you're basically feeding their pockets, then yes, you are entitled to at least get some recognition. I don't understand how people are just upset over a lot of characters nowadays. Because let's be real here, a lot of people didn't even know that not Joel, but what's that dude's name? Bill. Remember Bill from The Last of Us not part 2, but part 1. Remember Bill? Yeah. Bill was actually gay.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of people didn't catch on to that. Bill was gay in The Last of Us, people. He was gay. He was a gay character. He was just a hardcore survivor. He was a gay hardcore survivor. That's what he was.
That's crazy.
Yeah, nobody caught on to that. A lot of people think, okay, who's this Bill dude? This Bill dude's a little psychotic. It's like, he's actually a gay person. He's a gay. He represents the gay community. He even, if you look at the magazines, which Ellie was looking at, that even gives it away right there. He had gay porn in his house. Damn. So that was him. That was his sexual orientation. But the fact that people are thinking about that, it was just, crazy. You thought he was asexual?
Yo, it was so savage.
Oh, was so savage.
Nah, but to touch on that topic, like I feel that this is just, it's sensitive to some people, especially who, alpha males. They feel that diversity in the gaming culture should not be upheld to its utmost outreach for a different demographic of people. And there's a news flash with that. Gaming right now has evolved from where it was at back in the 90s. It is a bigger platform than what it was back in the 90s and the early 2000s. A lot of people are playing games at a global scale, which is very crazy. And to add this kind of diverse universes and with diverse characters and diverse settings, it is what's propelling gaming to a more forward plethora. And that's where people have to acknowledge it at. It's not about me being the alpha male, you being the beta male, none of that crap. It's more or less, are you enjoying gaming for what it is and what it brings to you in purposes of entertainment and replay value? That's all the basis is. This is not about no, SJW agenda. They're trying to push this, they're trying to push that. No, it is, right. Are you enjoying gaming as a whole? Are you using these games, to escape reality? Because that's the funny part about gaming. It is an escape from reality. It's an escape from looking at news on the TV station that are talking about, stuff that doesn't really help at all. It's stress. Stress is something that people don't understand. You need something to diversify your focal point, and gaming does that. Your focal point does, for gaming is essential because it helps you to distract you from all those bad things that are going on. And some people would rather play video games than to be dealing with, outright gender issues or being, given racist remarks or just being douchebags in general. And people look towards gaming for that purpose, to not feel persecuted, to not feel different, to not feel anything at all, just to embellish themselves in that world.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. You know, it just, I mean, gaming has come a long way, people. It's come a long way. We're able to portray different characters in the way that they're doing now. I remember back when, I forgot which Metal Gear Solid was, but you remember when Raiden, a lot of people
Yeah,
thought Raiden was gay because he did that cartwheel flip.
yeah, and he
Remember
was.
that little carpool flip he did? But nah, like it's crazy. But gaming has come to this point. You know, look at Ellie. Ellie is like on a whole new level in The Last of Us Part 2. You know what I'm saying? She looks ridiculous, like ridiculously well done. Looks more like Ashley Johnson. They did change her up though, but she looks more like Ashley Johnson. But still, like that's just where game is going. I don't have a problem with them being diverse in anything. If anything, it's only fair because we're all gamers. We all contribute something to gaming by buying these games. But you know, hey, it happens. Some of these things here.
Yeah, it happens. There's some people that feel a certain type of way about certain agendas and certain subjects, and they rather not deal with it. But guess what? You have to be the bigger person at the end of the day. And being ignorant and biased towards those type of situation, it makes it that much more worse to move on and actually look at the positives within itself. Don't just
Agreed.
base it just because you're all right. We're men. Yes, we like women. We like to see women characters. We like to see, a little bit of the sexuality with women. But at the same time, you got to give women their props. They have a place in this planet. They have a place in corporate America. They have a place anywhere in this world to pursue a career and make something of themselves. It's not about them just being objectifiable sex objects and for people to just go to strip clubs and throw money and that's how the women earn their money. No,
Right.
women are engineers. Women are astronomers. There's a lot of
Women
fields.
are fighters for this country. I mean, yeah, it happens. Like, there's a lot of things out there. What's up, Clay? I see what's going on, bro.
Yeah, man. And
A lot. Like, you just don't want to give, credit words due. A lot of people want to sit on the old pedestal and not, acknowledge every race. It's like, listen, they all play a factor. They all play a part in our very lives. You know what I'm saying? They all fight.
man.
We're all fighters at the end of the day, and we're all gamers at the end of the day. So for them to branch out, again, I have no problem with them branching out. But I do kind of understand where some people are coming off, where they're saying that it feels kind of forced. Like look at Control, for example, from Remedy. Remember how Control is kind of basically Quantum Break 2, but it's on PlayStation as well. But you notice that it doesn't have a male character, it has a female character. I kind of do get where they're coming from because it seems like it's more female-led characters coming into the mix. But still, I mean, my whole mindset, people, is this. If the game is good, I'll play it. That's my mindset. If it sucks, then I'll let it, I'll tell you how it is. Because there's a lot of good games back from our childhood that had female protagonists. For example, I know a lot of you guys remember, what's her name? It starts with an R, but she was in Dino Crisis.
Yeah.
Remember her? I don't think anybody complained about her as a main character for Dino Crisis. She brought a new standard to him, and she was a badass. Look at Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
And that was one of the first. Was one of the first female characters, protagonists, to actually be in a video game, and a lot of people didn't mind that because why? Tomb Raider had an essence of adventure, an essence of you exploring new worlds. You didn't really care about how Laura looked physically. You were just in there just to get your guns, shoot some dinosaurs, explore for treasure, and then finish the game and enjoy it. That was the purpose of that's actually the essential purpose of video games in general.
Yeah. Like, I mean, come on. Like, did anybody complain about what's her name? X-23 and Logan? Did any of you guys complain about that?
Nah, man, she's badass.
Exactly. Well, there's rumors that she might get her own movie. Are you mad about that?
No, I'm
not mad about that. She was amazing in the movie. So I'm cool with that sort of thing. If it has a good direction, a good story, a good cast, and it's well put together, I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? Especially if it really does immerse you. Just look at the latest Uncharted installment. What was it? Legacy? Uncharted Legacy?
Yeah, Lost
Legacy. Look at Lost Legacy. Lost Legacy was really well done in terms of a story, and it really did bring two characters together, two unlikely characters that you didn't think would team up. Like you're more interested in these two new characters. Well, technically, Chloe's not new. You already knew her, but kind of like, I guess you could say Sam and what's your name, Nadine. They brought all three together, right? They're a nice little duo now. They got that thing going on, so they can continue the Uncharted series with those three characters, you know, and have Victor Sullivan if they want Victor Sullivan to like play as like a I guess you could say like a more adult role, or more like a father figure like role to them. But they can bring him back. But still, that's what they have gone with, you know, gaming as of late, and with the Uncharted series. Uncharted has branched out from being something so small. I remember the first demo for Uncharted. I don't know if you remember when they were first showing it off at, I think it was at E3, and Adam Sessler and Morgan Webb was looking at the game, and she was showing off, like, you know, the book, you know, the Nathan, or the Francis Drake book and whatnot. I mean, it was so much stuff they went from. You know what I'm saying? They changed from that to what we are now, and it's come a long way.
Yeah, it has. Like, and people gotta understand, change is not bad, man. Change is something good. Sometimes you need to think outside the box in order to make an impact. And, you know, in Naughty Dog's perspective, they're pushing for something that has to change. You know, no more in the constraints of the only the bravado male is the only lead character in gaming. Women can do that too. Look at Horizon Zero Dawn. Aloy has been turned into a cosplay icon right now. A lot of people love doing cosplay with Aloy and the characters within the Horizon Zero Dawn series. It creates an effect that people just have to look forward to. Don't think only the negative, that they're pushing the SJW agenda, or they're trying to force you into something that you're not. If you don't like it, you don't have to be a part of it.
Facts.
That's as simple as it is. You don't like something, don't be a part of it, but don't try to force your opinions or your self-based, you know, logic onto somebody else's perspective, because that person might be open to everything. And that's where the whole basis is at. Originality is good, but sometimes the originality fades away and you need to build on something more than what it is.
Agreed. Definitely agreed. Definitely agreed. You know, just the game has come a long way, man. It's a lot of possibilities out here. They're doing a lot of crazy stuff. So hopefully, you know, hopefully people will be more accepting of everything.
Yeah, man. You just gotta accept the fact. Times are changing, people are gonna evolve, and things are just not gonna stay the same. Like, I mean, I wish we could go back to the, you know, to the older gens when we had the PS3 and the 360, but that's no longer the gen to go back to. It has to move forward, and in order for for that to happen, the developers have to think outside the box. You can't just keep on rehashing the same boring stories. You have to compel the buyers, the consumers, us, the gamers, to warrant our purchases for those products. And if they had to think outside the box and experiment a little bit, especially with social issues, then guess what? That's going to be the narrative for certain games. And people just have to understand that. Look at Detroit Becoming Human. Detroit Becoming Human dictates what? Apartheid, separation from
it touched on a few it touched on a few things that a lot of people don't want to talk about.
Yeah, and it's something that is going to be constantly be used, because games do deliver a message in one way or the other. I mean, look at trying to remember which game.
Like, they touch on slavery, ladies and gentlemen, with Detroit Become Human. They touch on slavery. They touch on, like, just segregation. They touch on a lot of these topics with Detroit Become Human. A lot.
And this is just based on androids. You know, this is based on androids, and this is what the actual developers have done their research. They went through human context history and searched up everything that is based upon, you guessed it, slavery, separation, apartheid, the Jim Crow laws. Everything that was developed for Detroit Become Human was everything that has concluded from those parts in history. And they're just, you know, doing it in a different artistical way so that people can understand that just because I'm different from you doesn't mean that you cannot, you know, unacknowledge me as your equal. We are all created equally to be on this planet in order to, you know, to share one another's perspective. And if you don't like my point of view in religion, then guess what? I am my own person. But at the end of the day, I will respect you morally for what you are, a
Right.
person, a human being. We don't have to agree on everything, but we can agree on having, peace and tranquility with each other by what? By talking, by having mutual conversations, by just being open-minded and don't just be so self-centered to yourself and to others. There are a lot of people that are still self-centered and they want to push the whole race agenda for no reason.
Yep, agreed, agreed. The fact that they were able to replicate that and do it in game form and actually make it kind of inspiring to fight up against that is really well done for a game developer. So, they did a lot of good things with Detroit. But, I mean, everything that's just happening as of late with people who are outraged over women being pushed more over men, look at it like this. Majority of these games all have male protagonists. Why not give the
Yeah,
women a shot? Why not give the women a little push? They deserve a push as well, as since they cater to games as well. They do add something to games. A lot. It's not all gamers on this planet are men. They're not all men. There are
not,
women as well. So
not really.
women deserve to be acknowledged as well. So that's how I look at it. I don't look at it as like no big thing that's going to destroy gaming, like some people are making it out to be.
Yeah, man, like it's not something that's gonna destroy gaming in this. People are just, you know, shaking the hornet's nest only to get stung. And quite frankly, you're not gonna get stung. You're just being very hypocritical about the situation. You're just being very ignorant. And you have to look at it in the perspective of openness.
Right.
That's just the whole basis of what they're trying to do. Open your mind and open your logic, and don't be so entranced with this whole I'm the alpha male, so I gotta protect everything. Because guess what? Most females are hunters. Most females are actually providers of their families, and that's just how things are.
Right. Good. That's true. So I guess we can go ahead and answer this question. Is there a problem with female lead protagonists? No problem? Because I don't
I
see
have
a
no,
problem. I see no
I have,
problem with female led protagonists. You see a problem?
nah, I don't see no problem.
All
Like,
right. Well, now
I
we got
mean,
that out the way. Go ahead. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
nah, my bad. But yo, Ine, the conversation is just to express our thoughts, and express our perspective of how everything is being pushed right now, especially on Twitter. Because if you go on Twitter, you see a lot of dudes just talking reckless about women.
Yeah, a
Dudes that,
lot of people on Twitter see women as just objects of sex.
yeah, and
What you
women
say?
are more than just objects of sex. They are mothers. They are fighters. They are everything.
Like
Without
you gotta question mentality some people because they don't even see these women as fighters. They don't see these women as just an equal. No, they see them as just your typical stereotype. They cook, they clean, and do what I'm saying? Like
nah,
that sort of
and
stuff. They see
you
them
know
as
what?
that particular thing, and it's like,
And
are
you
you
know,
serious right now? We are so far beyond that, but that's what a lot of these people are seeing women as of late.
and you know what's so funny though, Ryan? Like, you gotta understand this. I, for one, I was raised by my mom. Yes, I have a father. I had a stepfather. But end of the day, my mother was the one that handled my creation. She held me in her womb for 9 months. She went through
Right.
the pain and struggle of delivering me to this planet. My father, yes, he contributed to my existence as well. But a woman's role, remember, you come out from a woman. It doesn't matter whether you're a male or female. You come out from a woman. So her dexterity and her patience to mold you into the person that you are should be more held and accountable than what she really signifies, other than just a stay-at-home mom. It should be signified, no, my mother is a provider. My mother is a fighter. My mother is practically everything to me because without her, I wouldn't be the man that I am today. And that's what these dudes have to realize. You came out from a woman's womb. You should have more than respect, and not to be objectifying females just for the hell of it, because that's not cool, man. You have to have equal amounts of respect for people to respect you back. And women do deserve respect from us, the guys. Not being betas and none of that crap. It's just acknowledgement of self-respect and giving them their place as a person, as a human being, as a person that's here on this planet to actually live and prosper along your side. That's just how I feel about it, bro.
Yeah, well said. Very, very well said. So there you go. I know a lot of people wanted me to touch on the whole, discrimination, basically, and that's basically it. I mean, it's just pathetic that people have to do that on the internet. But to all the female gamers out there, you know what I'm saying? Y'all do contribute to gaming. Keep y'all head up. Y'all know that people like me do respect y'all. So just know that. That's all.
Yeah, man, y'all, the female gamers out there, man, we got love for all the females in this gaming industry. You are a moving force. Keep doing what you do. Shout out to my girl Ashley Luca, that Scum podcast girl. Yo, you doing your thing, girl. Keep it up.
Yeah, shout out to Luca. Shout out to Oh My God, It's Mel. Shout out to Lady Foxfire. I mean, there's a lot of real gamer chicks out there. Shout out to them,
man.
So
Exo Hydrax, she's a female Call of Duty player.
So I mean, there's a lot of female gamers in these YouTube streets, you know, that don't get acknowledgement. But hey, you know, that's how people are. They act a little entitled. So whatever. Now let's get into this right here. The rumors that everybody wants to feed. Next gen rumors, okay? Just next gen console rumors. For the next gen console rumors, this one right here is by far the funniest one because I actually see it happening. If it is true, I can see it happening. But let me go ahead and share the screen so you guys can see it for yourselves, and then we'll start and give our opinions on it. So the Xbox Scarlet to stream games to your smartphone using 5G. Now, I said this before. We all said this, that Microsoft wants to become a service. Microsoft wants to do X amount of things with the Xbox brand. Microsoft wants to do X amount of things outside the Xbox brand and bring in more customers and more profit by allowing their software on each individual platform to boost profit. If you look at this entire situation, I am not surprised by this in the least. I'm actually surprised. I would be surprised if the Xbox Scarlet even has a disk drive. I'd be surprised. That's how so confident I am that Microsoft probably would do something like this. So what do you got to say on that?
Oh man, so we're having a switch styled peripheral adaptation from Microsoft. That's what I get from like I don't know, man. Like I think Microsoft is losing its identity little by little, especially with this whole crossplay situation with what they've been doing and trying.
Oh, there's a Messiah. Big dog. Hey, I'm gonna see your invite right now. Messiah.
Yo, the Messiah, what's up, my brother? But we're not even up to we're not even past 4G LTE speeds, and we're gonna go to 5G. Like it's still in an experimental phase. We're not even barely pushing any paradigm shifts for that. Like it's gonna take a while for 5G to even be developed. Like in the next 2 to 5 years, it's not gonna be something that's reliable. Just like how 4G was when it first started, it was not reliable. So doing this is like what? You're creating another cash pit, per se. That's all I see from this. Another cash pit, another slogan from Microsoft to make money off of people.
Yeah, just to say that 5G, 2G, I mean, just pretty obvious. They just want to be on more networks. They want to be on PlayStation. They want to be on the Xbox platform. I'm pretty sure the Xbox platform will still exist. Like, they'll probably just use that as like a base, kind of like a Windows 10 PC, right? They'll use that as like the base to sell that to you either way. Or you'll just have the options of just, you know, having it on another console like a PS5, a new Nintendo product. That's what they want. That's the vision that they want for Xbox. I'm pretty sure the Xbox will live in some way, shape, or form. It will still exist. But that's the route they're going with this. So, hey, if they go that route, they go that route, people. Me, I'm just like, I'm so numb to this particular news. It's like, it doesn't affect me no more. It really doesn't. Yeah, they don't affect me no more. It might affect you guys. It don't affect me. You already know why it don't affect me. If y'all paid attention to them. So the latest streams. But yeah, Microsoft, man. Good old Microsoft. Another Xbox news. A lot of people are talking about this as well with the Nier Automata. I think you know where I'm going with this, but Nier Automata has been confirmed. Yes, been confirmed by, I think, Digital Foundry that it is not it's not using real HDR. It's been concluded as fake. Looks worse with HDR enabled, ladies and gentlemen. Now, when you look at that, this just plays into the very fact that the console, at the end of the day, doesn't have a good CPU.
It's a bottleneck, man. We've been saying this.
CPU. When you look at that, when you see results like that, it's not because of the GPU. That's actually due to the CPU. CPU in the Xbox One X is, for the most part, garbage. It's not a good CPU. And the same thing can be said about the PS4 Pro and PS4. The CPUs in these consoles are not good CPUs. You need a high-end CPU if you're going to put a high-end GPU in the system. This is why a lot of people have left console gaming or think about leaving console gaming and are thinking about going full PC. The reason why they're thinking about going full PC is because when they get a better CPU and GPU, they have unity, they have a good balance, and they get better results than what you see with these consoles. What's up, Greg? What's going on, Messiah? You enjoying this?
How you all doing this evening?
We're doing good. Get that intro out there.
Oh, yeah, thanks. Yeah, appreciate the Vine, Ryan, and Carlos, always a pleasure. It's Craig Harris, the Messiah of the Xbox, here, taking a break from playing Fallout 3 on backwards compatibility.
Oh, God.
Oh, he loves that backwards compatibility.
I love backwards compatibility. Nah, I'm good.
But, shit. I mean, going back to that argument, though, again, I know a lot of people want a lot from the PS5. I know a lot of you guys are expecting a lot from the Xbox, the new Xbox, and whatever. I would just tell you guys, at the end of the day, please relax your standards. Do not go into these new consoles with these with X amount of hype. It doesn't help the cause. It really does not.
I'm only expecting for minimal changes in terms of of rendering techniques and temporal interjections and all this other stuff that they're going to use to practically make the games look more visually stunning. That's the only thing I'm expecting. I am not expecting the PS5 or the next Xbox to perform like a 2020 or 2021 PC because, let's face it, PC has always been 7 to 8 years ahead of consoles in terms of graphical fidelity.
It's only going to get worse too with the PS5 and the new Xbox. Because remember, better specs and better performance in consoles automatically means better performance with PC. Because basically, what consoles can do better now, PCs will do way better. That's just how it works. Yep. They're always going to use this new technology to push PC even further. So that's what I'm saying. It's not really going to do much. It's not like back with the PS3 when the PS3 was like light years ahead in a sense, but it cost a lot. They're not going to go down that route. They just can't go down that route. It's too much money.
Yeah, because it didn't benefit them. It didn't benefit them in the long run. Like, look what happened with the first couple of months, or even the first 2 years.
Oh, I didn't even see this chat from Lobo here. Appreciate Savage Lobo, $5. He said, "Why can't Sony and Microsoft unlock their CPUs? It's the power supply issue." Well, honestly, if they ever were to make a console, right, where you can actually change the CPU, the GPU, and the power supply, that would be pushing the realms of PC gaming. And if you're pushing the realms of PC gaming, then that's really going to hurt Sony and Microsoft, if you think about it. Because a lot of people are going to look at this like, well, okay, if I'm going to change X amount of things in these, boxes, what's the point of me not doing that with a PC where I can do 5 times more? You know what I'm saying? That's the route that's the route where people are going to go. It's cool, or that's a nice idea, but I don't think that would benefit them at all. What's up, Callie? What's going on?
Husky, I don't think the Xbox 2 will hit 8K. We're not even a performance.
Yeah, like act like the new. I'm sorry, PCs are pushing 8K as we speak, and we're not even in 8K displays yet. In order to take advantage like 8K, you need like 3 high-end monitors back to back, and they need to be linked.
Now we're not even nowhere near 8K. Like you gotta understand, right now the set price for an 8K monitor, especially from Dell, because Marquise Lee Brown, he has an 8K monitor from Dell that was given to him from Dell as a gift, and that PC monitor is based at a tag price of over $8,000.
Yeah.
So we're nowhere near 8K.
We're nowhere near that being a standard, or nowhere near that being
nowhere
a possibility. That's what you call an unnecessary luxury right now. But
like,
what was you about this? Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No. Go ahead, mother.
Oh, okay. Go ahead. What was you about to say, Craig? I know you were trying to say something. Well,
I was going to say they might be able to have some games in the cloud or something like that. That's 6K, and then spin it down. That's what they do to movies. I know some of Sony's movies are actually shot in 6K, and then they'll spin them down. That's why in the movie theater, when you're looking at it in DLP, it has such a clean look. So that's but with that said, because they've got those special cameras, we're of course they're fanboys. I mean, these are look, those same simps said that the Last of Us Part 2 was on the PS5. I mean, then they had to come out with dog shit talking about, well, you know what? I was just running, I was just caping. Just shut up. I mean, that's they're part of they're the problem. That set of people, who think they need to put on a show and play a persona is the problem. I would fully expect a mode that says, okay, you can play at 1080p open frame or whatever. It may be 4K checkerboard at 60 because they both Phil Spencer and whoever is I don't know if it was Sean Layton or somebody at Sony said they're looking to improve performance. Right. So that's what you should expect. Better performing game. Maybe not graphically, because I agree. Yeah, I think that Horizon Zero Dawn, that's a graphical benchmark. Detroit Becomes Human, that's a benchmark. Okay, so where else are you gonna take it? There's just really nowhere else.
You're just gonna get a few sharper scenes. That's pretty much it. Like the edges are gonna look even more sharper. You might have a little bit more detail and clarity. Like you notice how when you look at Chloe in her eyes, like the little android Chloe, in her eyes, you see like the reflection of you. In a sense, if you pay close attention, you see like a reflection of you a little bit. They'll probably add more to that to it. You know what I'm saying? They'll probably add more detail, more fine, noticeable details there. That's pretty much it. I'm not expecting them to go like, oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You're not going to get that, oh my God, jump that we did from the PS2 to the PS3. We're just not getting that no more.
Nah, not yet.
Yeah, we're not getting that. I mean, we did get a nice jump this generation. I'll give Sony and Microsoft, that, right? When we saw Killzone Shadowfall on the stage, I think we all was like, okay, that is really good. That's a nice jump from PS3. But we're not going to get that massive jump. That massive
Rise of the Tomb Raider. The Rise of the Tomb Raider on the X is running. I played that. Because it was on Game Pass. Before I boxed up my X. I mean, I hit their 4K 30. They patched it so that you pretty much seamless. That's really good. That's one of your better looking games. You got the HDR going. It's just a great looking game. So I hated the puzzles. Let me keep that.
Rise of the Tomb Raider is not the strongest entry in the Tomb Raider series. I think if they would have went with the first one would have been a better display. But still, I mean, Rise of the Tomb Raider is Rise of the Tomb Raider. I mean, I'm not really that hyped for Shadow of the Tomb Raider. I know a lot of people are. I'm not really that excited for it. I will be playing it. Yes, I will be buying a Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but I'm not really excited for it as like I was for Rise of the Tomb Raider, because the first one really did make me go, damn, I got to play the next one. You know what I'm saying? And the second one was like, okay, that ending was a little, it was like, what was the point of that? So,
But once again, my fellow brothers, if I may interject into this little conversation, this is my thing with me, right? I've been playing on my PC. I've been playing at 1440p 60, and even sometimes a little bit higher because I have ran Need for Speed Payback on my rig. at 1440p, and I get anywhere from within 75 to 101 frames per second, and it runs butter smooth. See, a lot of people think that just because it's playing 4K 30 or 4K 60, that is going to be more noticeably better. In reality, the resolution scale is going to look way clearer, but the performance of the game, I could play a 1440p game at 100 frames per second, and you will notice the difference between 4K 60 and 1440p 100 or 200 frames, or whichever frame cap that you put on. You will notice the difference in how crisp and how fast the motion inside that game goes. And trust and believe me, Need for Speed Payback had me blown away when I put it on my PC. It was just like, wow. I played it on the PS4, and it was like, dang, this shit looks good. But then I tried it on PC. I was like, God damn. Like, I could turn on all the bells and whistles. I can do over 100 frames per second. Let's go. And this is the thing. Like for me, for next gen, especially the PS5 and the Xbox 2 or whatever they call it, Project Scarlet, at least try to give a mode when you put it until 1440p, let it do a little bit over 60, 65, 70, 80, just to give that little, that little effect that people are playing at a higher response time.
Yeah, I don't disagree. I think that I mean, again, had Sony, this is just my opinion, focused their Pro on 1440p and 60 and maybe with mid settings, because this is supposed to be a mid console. I think and then with HDR, if you add the HDR stuff like that, and then all the little tricks they can do, that machine is fine. I mean, I'm excited for Spider-Man. It's sourcing from 1440p, so
and it looks ridiculous. Like the way how seamless that game runs, it's just really like just like has my mind blown how seamless everything is.
Yeah, so
that's everything. It's so fast paced. I like that about that. It does have elements of Batman Arkham in a sense.
Yeah, it does.
Faster, like sped up. I do like that. I do like the new addition of the gadgets. It kind of makes you wonder, will Tony Stark make an appearance in this game, because he's got so many damn gadgets at his disposal here. So it's interesting.
Remember Peter Parker started Parker Industries, so he's already a tech guy. But yeah, he don't have Tony's resources.
Yeah, he does have the resources.
Yeah. So it might, it'd be cool.
There's a lot of elements they can definitely touch upon, especially in the future installments. Because remember, this is not just one game; it's 3 games. 3. Yeah. And this is going to be an open world Spider-Man game. So for an open world Spider-Man game, and I know you saw the gameplay for Shocker, right? Yeah, I saw the gameplay.
Oh,
let me tell you something. How seamless that transition was when dude hit the press, when he pressed start, and he was sitting there swinging through the air, and he was going through the city, and all of a sudden you see the damn, you get a phone call from Yuri, and you see the damn bank getting blown the hell up, and you see fucking Shocker. That entire scene is just so seamless. It looks so ridiculously well. It looks so good, like how they did that. But that's where they're going for. And for an open world game, I'm definitely looking forward to this game. But I'm really hoping they will have at least Kraven in here.
Oh man,
dog! You have no idea how long I've been waiting for another scene similar to. Y'all remember the first Spider-Man game we got for the movie?
Yeah.
Back when the OG Xbox and PS2.
Yeah.
Remember that sniper scene where you had to dodge Kraven's sniper fire?
Yes, bro. That is the legendary.
That is what I'm talking about. I would love a scene like that in this new Spider-Man. I would love for them to go back to that sort of thing too. No confirmation of pizza missions, so I guess people can stop that. There's no confirmation of pizza delivery missions.
Well, isn't he supposed to have like random stuff that he can do?
Maybe it is in there. We just don't know. Yeah, maybe it is in there. But yeah, you can play as Mary Jane, so Mary Jane has some missions. That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that will be interesting. What she has to do. Yeah, it sounds interesting. I mean, and they're supremely confident, and they're going to give a technical demo of it out. 90 days before it's launched. So they're extremely confident.
I'm down for it. Like, hey, listen, if you're that confident that the game is ready to go, sign me up. I'm ready to go. You feel me?
Yeah, man. I've been waiting for a Spidey Man game since PS1, bro.
Yeah.
I just gotta be honest. I didn't play too much the PS2 and Xbox generation, but I did play the Spider-Man generation for the PS1 and Sega Genesis and Super Nintendo. Those were my Spidey games that I actually liked playing a lot. This Spider-Man, and I kid you not, like I played it. I played the Shocker demo on my on YouTube, and I showed it to my son. He was like, "Dad, I want to play this game." Like it got him so hyped that he was actually doing all the jump moves with the game in my living room, and I was like, "Hey, stop it! Like, stop!"
Yeah, it's good though. It's good. I mean, hell, they can do this with Spider-Man. Just imagine what they can do with other characters like Ant-Man and Black Panther. And so,
Oh man,
there
bro,
was rumors that Black Panther could get its own game, people. And let me tell you something. Black Panther has the potential to be another Batman if it's done right. If it's done right. You know what I'm saying? You could have Wakanda be your base of operations, have Shuri be, your supplier of weapons and gadgets, and then you go and you just do these missions and help, preserve unity within Wakanda, as well as, be the leader. So you could do a lot of stuff with Wakanda. It's interesting.
I would like to see another iteration of Wolverine.
Yeah,
that's what I'm waiting for. The last Wolverine game that came out on the PS3, it was okay. I'm not gonna thrash it too much. It was an okay game, but I thought that it was short. Short of becoming a better game than what they should have made it. Now that we have the actual developers, I'm hoping for the next gen that they do Wolverine properly.
Hey, what if we get a Spawn game? Would y'all?
Oh my God, yo, bro! You remember
a Spawn game? What if we got a Spawn game?
Oh my God, I would be so hyped, man. I haven't played since.
Spawn is in Mortal Kombat. He never made it to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, they couldn't nail down the IP. Well, that's because it was in limbo. Marvel, I think that was one of them that Marvel had lost. They just got it back, so they're making that. We might get a Spawn game because Jamie Foxx is scheduled to play Spawn.
Oh God!
So
I mean,
have to wait and see.
I hope Jamie.
I'll reserve my judgment until I see the actual trailer. That's what.
Jamie Foxx is a hell of an actor.
Yeah, I'll reserve my judgment until I see the actual trailer.
But we already know, man. Your boy Michael J. White was the best Spawn in terms of physical aspect and acting aspect. He played the part very cool. Yeah, man. Come on, it's the Irons, man.
Yeah, that movie doesn't hold up well. I watched it the other night. I'm like, this is trash. But yeah, for the time when I was 12 or 13, I thought this movie was beyond. I'm like, damn, Spawn. I actually get to see Spawn. Like, damn.
Now you look at it now, you can see how cheesy the effects are with the cape when he falls and shit. Like if I remember correctly, he falls out the damn building, right? Like he gets shot at, he falls off the roof, and then the damn cape makes a cocoon. He just flies away instead of wings. It was weird.
I would Jamie Foxx pedigree. He's a good actor in terms of comedic lines. But on the serious note side, he's a little bit iffy. So I have to really. The only movie that I'll say he did good that was a serious movie is the one with Tom Cruise.
Yeah.
When they played
he did okay. He did an okay Jackson portrayal for that little trailer that they did. Mortal Kombat something. That was it's like a realistic approach they did to Mortal Kombat.
Yeah, he did good.
Yeah, he did okay portrayal.
He doesn't interject a whole lot. He doesn't go to the writers and producers saying, well, why don't we do this and this? He lobbied for Spawn, so we'll have to wait and see how it works.
I ain't gonna lie, that is one of my favorite movies of his, Dasmies. Or Demissi, or I think it's Desmi, but That is one of my favorite movies of Jamie Foxx. Ray.
Yeah, Ray was beautiful.
That movie. It is well done, and the reason why he does so well with Ray is because he pretty much looks like the character. He looks exactly like Ray Charles. So
yeah,
he does do a good job. But, I don't know, just certain roles I don't think people can play.
Yeah, so you have to wait and see. It may not. It's one of those early things. They signed him. Now here comes it's easier to get a little more money to do it. Will it be a big screen release? Will it go right to Netflix? Because Disney's doing their own streaming service. So will it go right to their Disney streaming service?
Now, Craig, it would be interesting though if it's not an actual movie and it will actually be a series. That would be the kicker. Then afterwards, if they could find an actual actor to do the portrayal of the movie, that would be another great. Because you gotta build.
Yeah, like that's a good point. Did anybody even like Jamie Foxx as Electro?
He was good. Don't get me wrong. That was
one. Like him as Electro. I thought he was all right. Well, what he had to work with, he was all right. It wasn't bad. The effects on him was pretty cool. I did like that. I just
He did more press for that movie than the guy that plays Spider-Man.
Yeah, sad but true. Yeah, he did. He was the talk of the movie. Like nobody was really talking about Andrew Garfield, which was sad. He's
you mean Idris Elba as the as Spawn? It could happen.
Idris Elba?
It could happen. I would rather take the actor from Luke Cage to do the Spawn. He has the more.
He's already playing Luke Cage, so he can't.
I know a lot of people are like, wait, why are we going to superhero talk? Well, the reason why we're going to superhero talk, if you guys been paying attention with Spider-Man, because I've been paying tabs on this. A lot of people are like, oh, Ryan just taking a hiatus. Nah. I've been keeping tabs, people. I've been keeping tabs. But Spider-Man PS4 will have no mission replay. That's one thing. So you can't replay your missions. Basically, after you're done. So I guess you could say it's going to be similar to Batman Arkham City or Arkham Knight, where you're done with the mission, you can't replay it no more, unless you do like the new game plus thing. So it's definitely going to be like that, from what I can tell. So no mission replay for Spider-Man, and on top of all that, it has risen the bar for Insomniac Games. It's a new standard, people. It's a new standard, according to the chief brand officer. It's a new standard. Yeah. So they've done a lot for Spider-Man. Spider-Man is definitely that game that people have been waiting for. I'm happy for him. I'm glad they're able to achieve this. Spider-Man has definitely been on fire.
Yeah, I'm starting to really get. I was just kind of all right, lukewarm about it. I was more excited for Code Vein, but once I saw that a demo at E3, that really got me going. Like, wow, this is actual physical gameplay. This is what this game is going to really look like and move like. So that's again why sidebar. That's why gameplay is important to show. I'm excited about Shadow of the Tomb Raider because they showed gameplay, and I like the way it was moving. So they still got some time to polish it. So, but overall, that's why I'm more excited for it because it's they show some game.
That's a good question. Good question. He said, "What happens if we try to play a certain part of a mission to do achievements?" I don't think achievements are going to be locked to specific mission. I think it's going to be mostly open world stuff, bro. I don't see them doing that. I think it'll be open world stuff. If anything will be related to like achievement wise, will just be story related stuff that you can't miss. Like beat this boss, beat that boss, X amount of things. Most of the stuff probably be collectibles. Another probably say like collect suits, because they did confirm basically with the gameplay that each particular suit has a hidden function or a certain function to it. It's that like each suit has something that can be done for combat. So I'm pretty sure that's what the route they're going for Spider-Man with this one. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I mean, for the most part, with what I'm seeing with Spider-Man, it's going to be a very solid performing game, and it's going to need a lot of expectations to most of the Spider-Man fans, and it's going to create new fans for the series, and that's where the importance is at, creating new experiences for those players that haven't played it from before. But as me being a comic book fan and overall nerdy boy for comic books, I am really anticipating this game with open arms.
Yeah.
I'm very
fucking what's that shit called? Ant-Man and the Wasp yet?
Oh, I copped that. Yeah, I saw that a couple weeks ago. I told several people to check it out.
I saw it too.
It was fun.
That was pretty good. Pretty fun. Pretty fun. Nice change of pace. Nice change of pace.
I liked it more than the first one, but my God, that Wasp, that chick she was bringing it. The way she was fighting, the constant movement, wow. I loved it, so.
Yep.
So, yeah.
Stuart Stokes says, too bad Spider-Man's another Rise clone. Oh, God.
Yeah. Rise created the Big Bang. It was
Rise created everything. Rise is the be-all.
We should say it in open words. If Rise was never to be, where would everybody be?
Yeah.
Can't go in the world without Rise, man. Rise.
You gotta rise up out of the bed every single morning to wake up. I mean,
yeah, I'll be rising tomorrow. Word. But nah, I really enjoyed Ant-Man and Wasp. No spoilers. People try to go see that. It was fun. The villains are good. Shout out to Lawrence Fishburne for being in both DC and telling them to go kick rocks and getting over to Marvel where the money is. Shout out to Marvel. My God, another diverse villain. Phenomenal. It's going to be huge in Infinity Wars. They set her up nicely. This technology, you see what's going to be happening. It was so well done, and it was fun. It was fun to watch too.
Yeah, hopefully Sony takes some notes on that CG work, because that's how CG is supposed to look. Because I'm telling you, man, I'm excited for Venom, but there are certain scenes in the Venom trailer, and I think you know what I'm talking about, that just look
trash.
It look
like trash.
Like, come on, you gotta fix that. You gotta fix that.
I mean, I think they're gonna probably I know which one you're talking about. The whole excuse me, the whole symbionite suit integration with Brock, right?
Yeah. It's like, okay, I get that you guys are trying to set up Eddie Brock, but the title of the movie is Venom. It should be about Venom. So
this the part where he turns into Venom looks stupid, but actually when that tongue came out, if it could just do that, that was like, I was like, oh my God, that shit is crazy looking.
Yeah, it does. Somebody did a before and after shot thing, or not before and after, but they were showing like somebody did like some artwork and they were sharing around on Twitter, where basically they made the eyes more Spider-Man 3-ish.
Yeah, more sinister.
More like legit to the comics, like more to the comics liking. And he looked 5 times better with that look. Because the eyes are small with this new trailer. They look small. So they made him real big and grotesque looking. But hey. Venom, man. Is anybody excited for Venom? Yeah, we're relaxing on this podcast. We're relaxing. Ain't nothing really
San Diego Comic-Con is, I think, next week. So we're going to get a lot of stuff. We'll get a longer cinematic trailer. You may get I think there may be like a 15-minute watch party that they'll report on. And because they're also going to show the Spider-Verse movie. They're going to actually show that out at Comic-Con to like a select 25 people. So I'll be covering that because I'm excited about the Spider-Verse movie because it sounds real exciting.
I gotta show you this this YouTube channel, Craig. You probably be like, damn, these dudes are nice. Basically, it's called Men at Arms.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
What they do is they create like a lot of props and but they use like legit like metal and steel to make them to legit. But they created Stormbreaker. And a lot of other shit. Like, it's ridiculous. They've done a lot of crazy shit. I'm like, I'm surprised Craig has not seen these dudes in work, like at all.
Have you seen the one with the Final Fantasy sword from Cloud?
Yep, they made all that shit.
And they actually made the sword from Berserk, Guts, long ass sword. That was crazy.
Skull sword from fucking what's the name of that damn shit? I forgot the name of it.
They remade the sword from the Lord of the Rings. Sword.
That sword looked so beautiful. Like I really wanted to just go in the screen and just dive in and just take it for myself.
I know that's what they do. But the reason why I said that because I wanted to ask Craig a question. I'm gonna challenge Craig here. What is more powerful, Mjolnir or Stormbreaker?
Stormbreaker.
You gonna say Stormbreaker? Okay.
Yeah.
What would you say, Craig? I mean, Carlos.
Oh man, why you guys make it so difficult on me, man? I love both weapons, but
Stormbreaker's weapon, that's Beta Ray Bill's weapon. Mjolnir, it's just a focal weapon.
Yep.
Yeah, I would have to go with Stormbreaker as well because I mean not everyone can wield Mjolnir and it's pretty much useless. So Stormbreaker it is.
Still there, Ryan?
Yeah, I'm here.
No.
I'm just
they're both very
looking like, oh, okay. So let me follow these dudes, do a little research.
Oh, Antonio, guts.
We're having a sweaty. This is what they call in the comic book world a sweaty moment.
Yeah.
This is what we talk about at the comic book shops all the time. It's like, well, yeah. Then we get real down and we get the big sweaty, because that's the comic book guy, the big fat sweaty.
Yeah.
He just took a shower, but his armpits are still sweaty.
Things are steaming.
Bro, you don't know. Man. There's so many weapons of mass destruction in the comic book world. Like it's hard to choose. But
yeah, did y'all think that was a cop out though for Infinity War with the way they had I forgot his name, but he basically created the Infinity Gauntlet for Thanos. Like he got blackmailed into making it.
No,
you think that was a cop out, or they should have kept with the way they were going with Thor, the first Thor movie?
As far as
remember the first Thor movie, we saw a little cameo of the Infinity Gauntlet. And then we got clarification with Thor Ragnarok that it was a fake.
Yeah.
With Hello, she knocked it over.
Yeah.
So yeah. I'm really thinking that they probably should have kept that there. That would have added a little bit more like sense of urgency for Thanos to show up and actually retrieve that. But they went with a whole new route where they say, you know what, nah, this guy created the entire gauntlet specifically for each gem. So hey, they went with that route.
I'm gonna go on a limb for this one though, but you might hate me, but out of all the weapons I would love to wield is the Infinity Gauntlet. Just let me have all 6 gems, and I will make sure I will wreak havoc on all universes from right to left.
Honestly, if you just have the power, if you just have the power gem and then the reality gem, you're fine.
You're good.
Yeah.
I just want
overkill. Wonder how he survived Stormbreaker. It was the power gem.
Yep.
The power gem saved his life.
I'd rather just have that gauntlet and be just OP for the rest of my whole entirety of my remaining life. I could care less.
I mean, hell, the way they did the time gem was a little. I mean, the way he rewind time with his hand, I was like, it could have been done a little better. I mean, come on, you could have done a little bit different. But I mean, it was cool to see nonetheless.
Yeah, it was fun. I couldn't believe they did that though. It's just kind of like,
like y'all wasn't playing around when y'all said, what's up, Chili? What's up, big kid? But they wasn't playing around when they said this. It was like, okay, we're gonna a lot of characters are definitely going to bite the bullet. I'm like, there's no way. It's like, damn, like literally, majority of the cast just got wiped out.
Well, in the comic book, he did that. He snapped his finger. I was like, well, I'm just thinking they would do something symbolic. They want, but he wouldn't just snap his finger. Like, holy shit, they are going to do this, So when I was just sitting there, I was like, oh my God, they're actually going to do this, know? So, And
it was graphic as shit with the damn fucking comics because he ripped Spider-Man's head off in the comics, people.
Yeah, he literally killed and destroyed the crap out of
motherfuckers in the comics. He ripped Spider-Man's head off. He shattered Cap's shield. He fucking choked out the Hulk and break his neck. I mean, it was crazy. It was crazy how graphic that was.
Thanos is the son of 2 Eternals, so he in theory is Eternal. They're changing it a little bit to where he's more of a Titan, kind of a step down.
Yeah,
but it's going to be interesting.
There was only one thing I was disappointed with his character though. You notice how like they added more of like a heart like to his character, like he had heart, like he did care about Gamora.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
he killed his mother
in
in
the
front of her.
comics. He doesn't have no heart. Like he literally,
Thanos didn't have heart. He was just a cold figure in the comics. But the fact that he has like a sense of morale, right? Like he does love Gamora, even though he killed her mother in front of her, and while he's making her balance that dagger that he let her keep. Even with that, you still don't see Lady Death. Where's Lady Death?
They retconned that.
Yeah,
where's at the end of the first Avengers, their goal was you were going to see Lady Death, but they changed that when they put Hela, that's who he's trying to impress.
Yeah, so I guess Hela might be the new Lady Death then, because they ironically in the comics they did date at one point. Hela, so
but the way they had looking. Friggin' Hela, I'm like, well, yeah, I'd be going nuts for her too. I mean, she just stepped right through and started wrecking shop.
I think for Kate Blanchett, don't even.
I mean, the way she played that character, that power made her sexy. Yeah, I was like rooting for her a little bit.
I was surprised at how she just came in and just destroyed the crap out of Asgard, bro. Like it was just
even though there was one thing they did with Hela that was not true though. She doesn't actually throw daggers like that. That was actually different. That was from a different villain that they added elements of him towards her to make her more impactful. But still, she really did look like a goddess of death when she came on the scene. So that was
when she stepped on the scene, like okay, as soon as that guy was gone, they didn't have a chance to say, "Wow, he's gone." I mean, she was there, ready to wreck it. You know,
so I'm with everybody. So that was definitely a good thing to see. Asgard people, Asgard's no more.
Destroyed by Firelord
from Thor Ragnarok that we thought was going to carry over. I guess they're gone because we did not see them in Avengers: Infinity War.
Who's that?
The Rock guy, Quill.
Now the directors, it's not a spoiler. They said that they got. Though I think those two got dusted, but Valkyrie that was in Ragnarok,
she got up.
Yeah, she got away.
Yeah,
so,
she got up.
So shout out to her. And if they get the property once they acquire the Fox property, which they're close to, they should be sealing that deal in a couple weeks.
I think they're still working with something to bring Quicksilver back.
But you might
again be working with some kind of deal or some kind of or not partnership, but just a deal so they can bring Quicksilver back on the screen because they want Quicksilver back.
Yeah, that would be a good story to actually to get.
He could easily be brought back with just the gauntlet. Like dude can just rewind time as if he never died. Or actually no, use reality stone and change his fate.
Or how about a Silver Surfer movie?
Nah.
Possibly. That's way down the line.
I don't want no Silver Surfer movie after Fantastic Four. I don't want no Silver Surfer movie.
No, I want to know more about the Silver Surfer in terms of
his origins. You want an origin?
I want an origin story to where people are going to see the actual, not human side, but the more non-celestial side of the Silver Surfer.
Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, I know a lot of people looking at us like, "What's going on?" Well, today we're just laid back, man. I'm happy to be back here on YouTube. I'm happy to be back with the family here, with all of you. We're just celebrating, episode 19, about to be on episode 20, RGD podcast. So I hope you guys enjoy, this edition of the podcast. I know I usually don't do this,
and besides, my brother Ryan, we are tired of talking about the same regurgitated bullshit all the time, man.
We are tired of hearing the same story. We're tired of hearing it.
Oh yeah, like I said, I got that Fallout 3. I just need my church to give me to donate so I can get this DLC like I had it back in the day.
So you going full fledged with Fallout 3? You buying everything?
Well, if somebody, I don't want to have to buy all that DLC again. But all of it was,
you're going to be spending money for like the next 3 years, right?
No, for Fallout 3, no, I've had all the DLC before. I could call the ambassadors and try to get it, but the Mothership Zeta and the Pit was nothing but melee weapons, and that was fun. I was just taking people apart with spiked bats and boards and stuff like that. But yeah, it's just fun. I didn't realize how much.
You gonna stream the winter DLC for PUBG, or do I have to do it?
I'm not buying something called a PUBG.
Hey,
it looks like I have to take advantage of the winter PUBG DLC for you guys. I'm gonna have gameplay on the show before that's all.
Hey, Craig. One thing though. One thing. When you were on Fallout 3 and you was using the bats, do you have a Negan moment?
Right, what now?
A Negan moment.
Well, yeah, sort of. You know, I like that.
Doing the eeny, meeny, miny, mo.
Yeah, I got a sledgehammer now, so I dropped the bat.
Oh god!
Oh my god!
I don't even want to mention The Walking Dead because they're getting ready to kill off Andrew Garfield. People.
Yeah, man.
Andrew Garfield is about to quit The Walking Dead. His character's about to be dead, and Negan's about to become the new face of the show. And I guess Michonne's and everybody else is going to play second fiddle because everybody hates Rick Grimes all of a sudden.
John Berthal's coming back.
Who?
John Berthal's coming back.
Oh, Shane?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. That's right. Well, actually, no, that was the rumor, too. They're going to bring him back for, I guess, the death of Rick. They're probably going to do a scene similar to, remember Tyrese when he died?
Yeah.
Remember how when Tyrese died, he saw, like, the governor and those girls and all those people that he, like, was close to? They were already dead, but they were there to basically welcome him to the realm of dead. They're probably going to do something like that. They're probably going to have Lori. They're going to have Carl. They're going to have Shane. They're going to be like, hey, welcome home, bro. And he dies. I don't know. He'll probably do something like that.
Come on, that takes the whole lore from the damn series.
Hey, this I can't. You ain't making this shit up though. That's what they're doing. Like, look what they did with him already. That whole situation where you thought Carl was alive, right? And Rick was an old man, and they had the sanctuary, aka the kingdom, all together, and they were all one. They were just a good force. And Rick was older, and you had like Negan as like helping in the garden and all that. That was all a dream. Man. That was fake. So the fact that they did that, I'm not surprised they would go down this route. Because remember, the Whisperers are supposed to be introduced the next season. The Whisperers. Yeah. And if you don't know who the Whisperers are, just to give you a little bit of backdrop without me spoiling anything, the Whisperers are basically a group of survivors similar to Rick Grimes and them. The only difference is the Whisperers, this is what they do. These guys are kind of like the garbage people, but on steroids. These guys actually kill zombies and wear their skin as like masks and like suits. And they act like dead and they walk with the dead and they blend in so perfectly that you think that they are the dead when they're not.
Yeah.
That's what they are.
Yeah. We have to hope it saves that show because they've lost a lot of their audience.
I said Andrew Garfield. My bad. Andrew Lincoln. My bad. Andrew Lincoln. My bad.
Miss Luca. How you doing, sis?
What's up, fellas?
There's the wife. Hello, my dear.
What's up?
Damn, she said like she hate my ass. What's up? Nah.
I'm sorry, what'd you say?
No, you said like you just hate my ass. What the fuck's up?
If I hated you, I wouldn't be here, bench. Come on.
Damn. What's up?
Them some fighting words. Damn, man.
Nah, well, move that side.
What's up, guys? I haven't done a podcast in forever.
Nah, no, we done changed the whole tone of this one. We ain't like touching on these ridiculous specifications. We just wanted to lay back this one, it's episode 19. So
specifications for what?
For the Xbox and all that.
Oh, okay. I gotta go.
We didn't want to do all that. We didn't want to talk about all that. So anyway, did you see Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Luca.
She
left.
She left? Oh, God.
Hey, yo, I told you, ninjas, I'm not talking about that fucking Scarlet. I'm not talking about that shit, man.
We're not talking about it anymore.
Somebody needs to cut that and like make that a meme. That was funny as shit. Every time somebody that's funny as shit. But no, did you watch Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Yeah, it was actually really good. I was genuinely shocked.
I was actually bitching about it with the first teaser because I was like, okay, this fight scenes didn't look that good. But when we saw it, I was like, damn.
Yeah, I last night I was hanging out with my homie and he asked me to go get him some wings. So I got him wings and we were cutting it pretty close because we were gonna go see the first Purge. And then he was like, well, do you just want to see Ant-Man so I can eat my wings? And I'm like, okay. But it ended up being like a great decision because it was really good. I honestly genuinely shocked.
Yeah, I loved it. I did like it. I usually I don't go into Ant-Man like that. The first one I was like, it was okay. Had some funny moments, had some nice little CG work. When they was fighting in the briefcase with the phone going off in the background and all that. That was pretty cool. But I wasn't expecting me to like it as much. But it was actually pretty nice. The villain was cool too. So
Yeah, it was fun to watch. Yeah.
Well, I haven't watched the movie, so I'll be trying to see if I can watch it sometime soon.
Might have it on the Fire Stick if you want to go the cheap route.
And more than likely, more than likely that's gonna be my next move since I have to.
I told people Venom's got my support, just not the support that you think it's going to get. I'm gonna watch it on the Fire Stick day one.
You going for that one?
I'm gonna watch it day one with that Fire Stick.
Yeah, we get some poor report coming out of Comic-Con. I may have to find something else to do that night when it comes out.
Yeah, I don't know. Some of these damn movies, I don't know. I mean, it's bad enough we have no confirmation, like in terms of like no scenes or no looks for the new clown for Spawn. So it's gonna be interesting to see how they do that. Like, who's gonna play the clown?
Well, let's wait for them to get their script done. They're still finishing their scripts.
Y'all think John? I forgot. I don't know how to pronounce his last name, but he played the first clown in the first.
Oh, John Leguizamo.
There you go. Do you think he can play the character again?
I mean, he's still young. He can still do it.
He still played the character again.
Yeah, he can still do it.
He killed it. So I don't know. Interesting. A lot of things out here. Our computer froze. Damn. Uh-oh. She got that laptop. So I don't mess with laptops, people. Psycho, I don't mess with laptops. I hate laptops just for that specific reason. But anyway, so going forth though, Avengers 4, what's your thoughts?
Well, without any spoilers, I think it's going to be a lot of the man babies are going to not like it because they're already complaining about it. So going forward, I think it's going to be interesting how they have to, fix stuff. This is the best way to put it. How they're going to have to go in and fix everything. It's going to be extremely interesting.
Okay, getting an Alienware? Alienware is too expensive, man. You're basically paying all that extra money just for the case.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, whatever you get on that pre-build from Alienware, you're really gonna have to have it in a well-ventilated place.
Yeah.
Them enclosements that they have, they run pretty hot. So you need a talking about
ventilated area for that joint. Yeah.
So I wouldn't go for
Avatar 2 coming out. If I'm not mistaken, Gamora, aka Zoe Saldana, she's been already working on the movie with everybody else. So I think that movie was scheduled for a 2019 release date. Yeah, I think it's scheduled for 2019. I am looking forward to that. That's crazy as hell, though. Like, how long was it when we first got the first one?
Whew. I think it was like 2000 and what?
2010?
Yeah, 10. Late 2009, I think is when
it was a while when we got the Avatar, but I think 2019 is when that movie might drop because the second one is also being made because there's like 3 parts to it. I'm interested to see how they do that though, because that movie is all CG. It's not really 2009. That's right. There you go. He said 2009, but it's all CG. So I mean, it's interesting how they're gonna do that.
Yeah, and it could be affected by that's owned by 20th Century Fox. That'll be something that Disney gets in their deals. So,
to tell you the truth, actually, the release date might be December 18th, 2020 in the United States.
For the Avatar 2?
Yep.
Oh, damn.
2020.
Well, I mean, he did go on a limb, so I will give him credit. He did go on a whim and say that he was waiting for the technology to be there to make the movie. So, I mean, there you go. Patience. I mean, this is a series where your patience can't run thin when it comes to this series. So, hey, whatever. First one was good, though. I did like the first one.
The first one was beautiful.
I actually saw the trailer for that. I was like, I don't know if I like this. I actually sat down, gave it a chance, sat my ass down, and I was like, damn, this shit nice.
It's amazing. He came out and announced that at an E3. It's when I first saw James Cameron talking about Avatar was at an E3. So that's when E3 had everything. You had not radio. You had the TV show announcements. You had movie announcements, and
you ever see that movie Starship Troopers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Dude, dog, what if they made a game out of that and they did it right?
That could work in theory. That would be fun.
No, but what I'm saying, but we want to add some more to it. What if they added an element where you can play as both sides? You can join the federation or be.
It would probably be a better real-time strategy game. But I can see
they might go that cheap route, making a strategy-based thing. They might go that cheap route. Like making that huge overview and you just see a bunch of dots on the screen moving. Yeah.
Hey, as long as it's 4K, that's all that matters, right?
Yeah. Okay. Luca, you got everything fixed? You good?
I don't know what happened. It just randomly turned off. Hopefully that does not occur tomorrow.
Well, I will fix you. I'll get you a new one.
Give me a new what? New computer?
Yeah, I get you a new one.
Ryan, we can start dating right now if you get me a new computer. Let's
make it official.
I'm just saying, I gotta look, into what models out there because a lot of these models are costing pretty ridiculous right now.
Yeah, it's pretty bad, man.
No, definitely not for no 4K one because this is how it's fucked up. You know how they hype out, especially with Unbox Therapy with these 4K monitors you be showing off, like these 4K computers. You notice how they had these little ass screens.
Yeah,
like the body of the fucking laptop is huge.
Yeah.
Hey, what the fuck? How do you cheap out on the screen?
I don't know, bro.
They be bullshitting with that.
Is gadget wizardry? They work magic.
Oh fuck, man, killing me. This chat is retarded.
So that new Predator movie is that's looking meh, but I hope Shane Black does well because he got fired from the Star Wars project Rogue One. He was supposed to direct that shit. So
nobody cares. Nobody cares about Star Wars no more, though.
So I do. I like making those man babies mad. That's my goal in life. Going to their podcast and trolling.
Luca, read this message in the chat, by the way. So you
Which one?
I'm about to put it in the chat, in this actual chat. I thought everybody got quiet when they heard me type. I love that. Thank you.
Oh no!
Give it away, guys.
No! I'm not giving it away right now.
Thanks.
I'm looking.
Oh, Ryan, that's so sweet.
Oh my god! Oh god, man!
Oh,
you so tweet, Ryan. You so tweet.
Don't worry, y'all. I'm gonna propose to her about a waterfall. Don't worry.
Oh my god!
I'm gonna do it the right way, y'all. When I put the ring on the finger, I'm gonna snap my fingers. There you go.
Oh my god, bro! Trying to give me a heart attack, right? That's what y'all trying to do?
Hey, shit, we gonna do it right way. Shit, I'm just saying.
Lovers in the night.
Oh, fuck you. I killed everything. I'll say that on this. That's all I gotta say. Fuck you for that one.
Come on,
she's on fire.
It's Frank Sinatra, man. It's a lovely song.
Oh shit. Nah, she don't like dolls, y'all. She don't like dolls. Slow-mo like dolls.
Xbox doll.
Yeah, she don't like the Xbox doll. That's slow-mo. It's my homie. Got a home edition.
Slow-mo edition.
Yeah, big slow-mo.
Shout out to Slow-mo, man.
All right. Back on.
Did you already do the diversity in gaming topic? And I missed that when I was playing Fallout 3.
Oh, yeah, you did. Sony, I guess I'll do a rundown again back for you. Sony comments on diversity, saying that we need to cater to all people, regardless of age, gender, sexual orientation, ethnicity, or belief.
Oh, well, yeah, that's called.
Came out on that.
Yeah, but they are a global company, so yeah, you want to try to target as many people as you can. So I don't blame them.
Yep.
Honestly, it's kind of like if you don't have some sort of diversity in your games, the media is gonna throw a bitch fit. So
Yeah. Well, since we have a female here,
Oh, God.
here, which is good. I'm glad you're here because I wanted to ask you this one. Do you see a problem with female lead protagonists?
No.
Because a lot of people are really like voicing their opinions about this, saying that they're being forced to play as
Forced. You're forced.
Because a lot of female characters are being pushed. Like for example,
Pushed?
Control for the PlayStation 4 as basically Quantum Break 2. You have the new Uncharted direction with female characters. You have Aloy. You got a lot of other characters. Gears of War 5 has a female character. I mean, it's crazy. So that's their their mindset towards. What do you have to say about that?
Well, I had a discussion about this with Smooth earlier today, and I'm going to say to you what I said to him, right? So personally, I've never cared about what my character looks like, or if they were a boy, a girl, what race, creed, nationality, and that stuff has never mattered to me. If the game's good and the character's interesting, I'm going to play it and I'm going to enjoy it, right? Now, because I have that mindset, I personally still don't care that there's females in games, like that. It's not something I'm rallying for, and it's not something I'm against. It's just kind of like, okay, this is the game that these developers want to push, and I'm using push lightly. I'm sorry. Perhaps I should say this is the game these developers want to make. So cool. Take Assassin's Creed Odyssey, for instance. Now, listen, Ubisoft gets me every single fucking year with that trash series because I'm definitely picking it up. But when I saw Alexios, that's the main character, I'm like, oh, he looks awesome. This game looks great. I love Greek mythology. Let's do it. And then they're like, oh, you can play as a girl too. I'm like, oh, okay, cool. I'll play as Cassandra then. That's pretty awesome. Because it's like, there's not a lot. I mean, people can bitch and moan and whine all they want, but there's actually not a lot of games with female leads. But this past E3, all it showed me was that they're doubling down on diversity, and there's really nothing anyone can do about it, to be honest. Right. And I hate the idea that these, like, somehow SJWs are forcing these developers to make these games a certain way. You know what I mean? Like forced inclusion and all that stuff.
Right.
And take, for instance, the dudes who did Kingdom Come Deliverance. There is not a hint of diversity in that game. And they're like, fuck it, man. This is the game that we want to make. They got a little backlash for it, but it's kind of like, for me personally, I'm like, oh, whatever. That doesn't really matter to me. Because at the end of the day, I want these developers to make the games that they want to make. And Neil Druckmann is passionate about the whole feminism stuff. This is shit. That's what he wants to do. Right. You know what I mean? And all these other devs are like, yeah, we want to have females in our games. And it's just like, okay, whatever. Like, it doesn't bother me. And when I see people who are like against women in games and their lead roles and thinking that there's an agenda being pushed, I want to ask two questions, right? The first question is, if there is an agenda, what exactly is the end goal of this said agenda? Is it to normalize women in gamings? And if that's the case, what's so bad about that?
Facts.
I don't get it, Like, it doesn't make any sense to me. Yep. People are acting like this is like a bad thing to include more people. Who gives a shit? It's like we're weaponizing some shitter, man. It doesn't make any sense to me. Yep. And then, like, also, I've said this several times on Twitter. I've always, like, for the most part, growing up, I played as a white guy. It never bothered me. I didn't care, not for a second did I think, man, I wish I could play as a woman, or I wish I could play as African American. I just didn't think about that stuff. I just kept it moving. There are even a couple of instances where I would play like an RPG and I would still play as a white guy because I don't think about that stuff. Like, my favorite game this generation is The Witcher 3. I love Geralt. First of all, he's handsome. He's amazing. I love customizing him. He's so beautiful. So, it's great. Like, he's a great character. The game's great. I just don't see what the big deal is. And all the people who are bitching and complaining about it, yet want to tell others to, like, get over it when they're expressing their concerns. It's kind of like, why don't you stop being a hypocrite and shut the fuck up also?
You know what's going to be funny about this whole situation, though? They talk all this about these X amount of games, whether it be The Last of Us Part 2 or Gears of War 5, but who are the main people buying these games when they first come out? Them.
Xbox.
Well, no. Maybe people complaining about these X amount of things in these games are the main ones who buy it day one.
Yeah, man. Just
I don't get it.
I mean, it is what it is, but it's just kind of like people getting worked up and crying about this shit.
Yeah.
Like, no offense, but women in games doesn't bother me. Just like if we were still going down the same route and it was just all men, I don't give a shit. As long as the game's good, I'm going to play it. I'm not going to sit on Twitter bitching and crying and complaining like these guys seem to be doing. And that goes for both sides. Like, shut the fuck up and just play the game.
Right.
If you don't want to play it,
good is good.
Then don't get the fucking game, man. Stop whining about an agenda being pushed and stop whining about not being included in a game. Like, who cares? Right. At the end of the day, we are gamers. We should want to play games based off the gameplay and the story being presented, not based off if the fucking lead is a chick or not. Like, that shit's dumb to me. That shit's goofy to me. Like, if you don't want to play a game because the main character is a white guy, okay, like,
then you're lost.
Like, sucks to suck. You're not on a great game, you know? And if you don't want to play a game because the main character is a chick, I mean, goddamn, sucks to suck. You're missing out. And the way people feel about The Last of Us, if you're really going to bitch, cry, whine, and complain because Ellie is the main star and she's also gay, you're really going to miss out on...
Everybody who played the first one should know this by now, that she was set up for the main character.
Yeah, I mean...
It was already set when...
It was already set. Like, the first one was just about creating the bond between these two characters. After you got the bond and you saw how important Ellie was, she became the star of the show.
Yeah, because right after that mission that you do in the mountain regions when Joe gets messed up and he gets pretty hurt, you have to nurse him back to health. She practically took the reins of the whole situation onto herself and became a bigger person from that whole scenario.
Exactly.
And she likes girls, and so do I. So I don't have a problem with her kissing a girl.
Girls, yeah.
Bring it on. Especially, I mean, tongue kissed her. I mean, her jaw like locked down. And I'm pretty sure if you look closer,
the whole kiss. I'm sitting looking at it like, yo, that's fucking amazing. Damn. Like, how real that was. Like, damn. Like, legit. Okay.
Yeah, it's just not something that I care about. I don't care. You know, it's not some. Honestly, I'm be real with you, and I'm someone who has been open about this kind of stuff and has spoken out about this kind of stuff, but I'm tired of hearing about race and gender and sexual preference in my fucking games, in the sense that I'm tired of hearing people bitch and complain about it. Like, just don't get the game if it bothers you so much. But shut the fuck up, you know? Like, shut all of you. Just shut up. Like, no one cares. Dude, I don't care. I don't give a shit. Just like in my movies either. I don't fucking... You know what my favorite movie of all time is?
Gone with the Wind.
I don't know what that is. My favorite movie of all time is Fight Club. All right? That is
Brad
like...
Pitt.
That was good.
That is a man's man sort of movie, right? Like, that's generally what it's portrayed as. I fucking love that movie. It's amazing. Favorite movie of all time. Not once did I say, man, I really wish that there was women in this. Like, I don't care. I don't fucking care, okay? It doesn't bother me. And it shouldn't bother anyone else. If the main character's a fucking girl, or if they're a guy, who gives a shit? What matters is how good the story is, how good the gameplay is. If the game is from a highly esteemed developer who knows what the fuck they're doing, that's all that should matter. None of this other shit should even play a role in it. Like, if you really find yourself bothered by dumb shit like that, then just don't get the game. And then also, shut the fuck up, because I don't want to hear your bitching and complaining. And then it's kind of baffling, right? Because it's like these guys bitching and complaining about like this kind of SJW agenda are on Twitter, like literally bitching and complaining. Like, shut up. You are just as annoying as those fucking SJWs, man. All y'all annoy the fuck out of me. Stop talking. Get the fucking game.
I had to mute so many motherfuckers on Twitter. Like, I'm at work and this shit keeps getting recommended. Like, what the fuck are you guys talking about now? Who the fuck cares about this shit? It's like, first of all, I know for a damn fact, as soon as that game gets like a 90 or some shit like that on Medicare, you'll be like, well, looks like I got to try the game out.
Like, you're really gonna miss out on greatness because you're prejudiced? Like, get the fuck out of here, man.
It's like, come on, man.
I don't know how being forced to play.
Forced.
Who is forcing you to go to the store and download it? I mean, somebody come into your house and putting a Tech 9 to your head, saying,
say play that or else.
Yeah, I mean, they're not.
And it's just like, these people are like, well, I will be playing the game, but I'm not buying it. Okay. Okay. No one cares. Like, shut up. God. Like,
you see that exact same silence that you just witnessed right now? That is exact same silence that I will give to these individuals when they talk about this whole situation. Because nobody cares. Everybody wants something different. Everybody has a preference. Yes, some people like male dominant characters. Others don't. It's just the basis of what it is. You guys have to just like back the fuck off from the whole situation, analyze it, and if you're gonna make a comment, think twice before you say that comment, because it will be held against you.
Yep. Craig put it like, it's crazy. Like, everybody's saying the word simp more often, but that pretty much does like sum these guys up. They're simps.
They're simps.
Sup, Garuda? Sup?
Yeah, even when he had that rant over the whole Battlefield 5 situation, it's like,
oh yeah, that really got my goat right there. I can't stand people like that. I mean, you're gonna really bitch and moan like EA gives a rat's ass. That's why I loved it when they said they just came out and kicked them in their balls and said, "Hey, if you don't like it, don't buy it." End of discussion. And they were still bitching and moaning. Like, well, I'm gonna buy 2 copies because you're a simp. Okay, so it's just ridiculous. I don't understand how they've gotten to the point where they're saying I'm being forced. That really goes beyond what I comprehend. So I tried to have a discussion the other day because a lot of the same people that are on Twitter complaining, they were in my chat. I'm like, okay, man up. What is the problem? And it just came down to there's an agenda being pushed. I'm like, what's the agenda? Nobody could answer. It's like, okay, you all need to go on somewhere. So it's
Rock put it perfectly. He's like, if there's an agenda, what's the agenda? Explain it to me. What's the end goal? And then it's like, it can't be explained because ultimately, if the end goal of the agenda is to normalize women in gaming, what's so wrong about that?
Yep. And the what's ironic about this? Like, people bitch about Anita Sarkeesian and all that shit, right?
Who was in that job? Yes.
Every time. But it's like, bro, y'all prove her points with every day when y'all just act so stupid over the littlest shit. Y'all prove it's like, that's why she continues to get, traffic with what she says. She continues to say what she says.
Yeah,
she's giving her fuel. You're exactly right.
Definitely crazy. Let me tell you that.
Yeah.
And then that's the funny part. Like, these alpha males are so redundantly mundane that it's not even funny. You guys actually, and I'm gonna say this right now on live stream, but you guys
like T Reaper.
But the funny part about it, these guys are so mundane that they actually go to websites to look at female on female interactions.
No, you don't understand though. When I saw a grown ass man say I would rather take an Xbox over a female, that's when I lost my train of thought for a long time. T Reaper said that. Yeah, I'd rather choose an Xbox over a female. I'm like,
I think something's wrong with him, man.
There's got to be something wrong with that motherfucker. Just the way he talks, the way he acts. It's like, dog, you good, Finn?
Nah, even on Twitter, the dude has some really like asinine logic to everything.
Yeah, and I was going to make a video towards Luca, when I saw that comment he made towards you.
Yeah.
I was like, let me tell you something. I've seen Luca, and that's a lot, dog.
Oh yeah, the show's pretty funny. The show's pretty funny, man.
Oh, I'm gonna say it again. Gonzo from the Muppets get more play than that man has ever had in his life.
God damn, it doesn't have to be like this, guys, but it's true.
She's going to the future within a minute.
I think something's wrong with him. I don't fuck with crazy people, man.
Yeah.
Nah, there's a lot of crazy people in the world, but you know what? Sometimes you got to slap a little bit of common sense into them.
Yeah, I'm insane people, but I'm that good kind of insane. You know what I'm saying? Just saying. Don't know.
Yeah, man. It's just like the Avenged Sevenfold. I'm not insane. I'm not insane.
What's up, Slow Mo? What's going on?
on Slow-Mo? Somebody in the chat said Xbox won't cheat on me.
All right.
No, y'all fucked up.
Wait. You saying that it won't cheat on you? So what is it doing technically right now when it's holding hand with Nintendo?
Nah. What happens when the damn thing dies?
It cheated on you because it's dead.
No. When it actually dies, it stops working. Doesn't mean it broke up with you.
Yeah, it did. It actually broke up with you.
Yeah, it's a lot of things fall into play. Oh God, it's a stream. Yeah, crazy.
But it's fun. It's fun to have this kind of conversations with you people. You know, especially everybody in the chat, especially everybody in the game community, because it really makes you feel relaxed. And this is the kind of streams that I like to be in.
Yeah.
As a person, not as a gamer, not as a PlayStation fanatic or Xbox fanatic or PC fanatic, just as myself, Carlos Fernandez. Just so that people can get to know me, get to know my brother Ryan, Craig Harris, Ash and Luca. Everybody in the game community needs to have streams like this, not this whole bickering beef about SJW agendas or this person is saying something wrong about me and I should take it out on a live stream. None of this bullshit. Just come together, enjoy each other's company, talk about random shit, and just step away from being Twitter thugs and fucking keyboard warriors. Just be real with one another.
Hold on, wait a minute. What's a Twitter thug? I never heard that before.
A Twitter thug, one that, you know, tweets hot shit but can't really back it up when you see him.
God.
No,
shout out to Brandon Lewis. I'm pretty sure this is directed to Craig, but shout out to Brandon Lewis. Found out super chat. I'll take Kara from Detroit over the Xbox, and hopefully she won't cheat on me. Well, you better hope she ain't deviant, because she probably will cheat on if she's deviant.
Oh man, you know how deviant.
She becomes a deviant, so.
But
that was a great. Shit, I may play that again. That was such a good game.
Yeah.
Unfair for them to make something this good. I actually tweeted that to that company. Like, damn it, this is wrong for you all to be able to make something this good.
Nah, man, because it's just like how I was saying earlier in the live stream before you and Ashton came into the podcast. Diversity is something that is necessary for people to move on and evolve their logic. You cannot be stuck with the same old story, same old song, and think everything is going to be all right. Changes are either positive or negative, and everything has an effect. The positive effect about this whole thing that's going on is it's pushing the boundaries on imagination and creativity. That's where the basis of this whole thing is at. That's a good
question. That's a good, Luca.
Don't tell me she froze again.
I'm sorry, what'd you say, bro?
Yeah, since you represent the X-Bot community, right? That's what they call you, the X-Bot. Do you consider yourself deviant?
A what now? A deviant?
Yeah. Deviant.
A deviant? I mean, I'm a scumbag. That's what I am. But deviant? No.
Yeah. Oh, my God. You know, talking about Detroit, right? Talking about Detroit.
Oh, okay. Actually, I haven't even gotten close to beating that game. Dude, I'm like exhausted with gaming right now. I'm taking a break.
I don't blame you.
Oh my God, man.
Yeah, hit that like button, everybody. Hit that like button. We appreciate you.
Support for the gaming community, man.
Everybody wants to be a deviant.
Yeah, we are all deviants in one form or way, bro.
How it go, Craig? Wake up!
Yeah, I just but you're talking about diversity. One thing that diversity, if you are the group that's in power, diversity is a way is stripping that group of their power. So their reaction is fear-based, which I love it. I love making people react out of fear, because it's really, that's what I'm all about, pushing that boundary. But ultimately, if you've got a group of people that's been in a dominant position and they see a group of people who don't like them wanting the same shit, it's a threat to them. I mean, to us, they should be doing it. We are spending lots of money on the games and things like that. But it's not like Luca was saying, am I going to stop playing if it never happened? No, I just, it just really didn't. I mean, when I play RPGs, and maybe that's why I play a lot of RPGs, because you can create your own character, for the most part. Horizon Zero Dawn and the Tomb Raider series, all respect to them. But ultimately, yeah, when I've played the Mass Effect series and the Fallout series and the other big Bethesda, Oblivion, Skyrim, my character always looks like me, with a little more flair. But he looks like
the camera for that UFC game too, didn't you? You just looked at the camera, put yourself in there.
Nah, UFC, man.
Not
That's
even
like
that.
two seals fighting over a grape. So.
Yeah, they don't broke me with that game. I was getting ready to get the third one. I was excited for it. I really was, Craig, because I liked the second one and the first one. Yeah. But the third one, they have legit taken the nickel and diming to a whole new level, and they broke, and they really just destroyed that game. I don't understand how anybody can support it at this point. It's ridiculous. So I can't support it. But that's just how it is. Anybody else got anything you want to talk about? I mean, we've been away for a minute, but anybody want to add anything to the podcast? You're free to do so.
Honestly, God bless America.
Happy 4th, by the way, guys.
Happy 4th of July. I woke up at early as fuck. I had ribs at 9 in.the morning because I'm American.
Oh, yeah, we belong together. So the same shit. Oh yeah, especially when the flavor's already set in that motherfucker. You can't help but just go back at it. So yeah, sure. Yeah.
Now, unfortunately for you guys, I didn't have a barbecue, but I did have a hood 4th of July fireworks. As some of my followers on Twitter
shooting fucking fireworks out of beer cans. I saw that shit.
Bro, not even beer cans. The dudes that I know, these are my childhood friends. They bought out damn M80 firecrackers and N100s, and it was just like, bro, are you gonna try to blow up my car, man? Just let me know, because it was so freaking loud. Like I couldn't. It's just, my head just kept on spinning from all the shock from the fireworks.
Yeah, sure.
But I had fun though. I had fun.
Oh shit. Okay. What about you, Messiah? What you do on the 4th?
I finally ate one of those red, white, and blue popsicles, like when I was a kid.
God. Yeah,
it was real good. I ate all day long. It was a good day. It was fun.
So you and Luca had firecracker popsicles. That's basically what you're telling me.
Oh, I don't know what they were. It was red, white, and blue. I'm like, I remember these when I was a kid, and my dad would never buy me one.
I got me a firecracker popsicle. Yeah. I love America, and I was laughing my ass off that tweet.
Yeah, it was fun. Yeah, I pretty much ate all day. I did a podcast. I got drunk on the podcast. It was fun.
Yeah, I watched the beginning of your stream, but I got distracted. I don't know what the fuck I was doing. I was shocked that you weren't wearing your robe, man. I was disappointed.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
Hey, Luca, somebody got a. I've been seeing a couple of comments in here, but I think it's Playbox Gamer 1 HD. The Ash and Luca, are you thick?
What does that mean? These men don't know how to talk to women, man. I swear to God.
I'm sick in the head. I'm really fucked up mentally. Is that what you mean?
Nah. I'm thinking they're talking about the other way around.
I don't know. I don't know what he means.
Oh Lord, I don't want to say none. But
whatever slang you guys are using, I grew up in the suburbs, so.
Okay,
yes. Luca is very, very attractive. Okay, she's very, very attractive.
Yeah. Let's just go with that one, because.
Oh, they asked. Oh.
No, he's talking about your body, like you do you have a good body on you? Basically saying.
Oh, okay. No, I'm pretty ugly, man. It's pretty bad.
That's a lie, bro.
God damn, it's just like Jesus.
Have a podcast on manhood less.
Like people see me and they're just like, oh. If they even notice me, you know what I mean? They're just like, God,
that slow-mo dying in the chat. Oh god.
That shit is disgusting, you know?
This shit rough.
God damn.
man.
Yeah, it went wayside. But
Yeah.
let's move on from this topic and talk about something else.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah.
Rat-tat-tat-tat. When's the wedding? I can bring my flip phone and take pictures.
Oh God! Don't worry, I'll be the ring bearer. Okay.
Oh shit! You're doing Stumpcast tomorrow, ain't you?
Yes, I am.
What time? Oh, standard time, 1 a.m. or some shit.
1 a.m.
Or not 1 a.m, but 1 p.m. I mean.
Oh yeah. Yeah. It's 1 p.m. Eastern.
All right. Yeah, I'll be off. Hopefully, I can get my ass up on time for that one. I'll definitely be there. But not much needs to be said.
I have something I want to ask.
Oh,
so this is kind of a serious topic. But it's not really gaming related.
Go right ahead, miss.
So we keep hearing about like the people who sprout all this racist shit at people in the streets and all that stuff, or racially profile them, and they're put on camera and stuff. You know, when I go into those threads, I hear about these people losing their jobs, because of what they chose to say. And personally, and I may get some flack for this, but personally, I don't think someone should lose their job just because they're like racist or something.
Right.
Because I think about, what about their families and stuff? They probably didn't realize the implications of what they were gonna, like the implications of their words or whatever. Take, for instance, that guy who was racially and profiling and harassing that woman at the pool. I don't know if you guys saw that clip.
Yeah, I saw it.
Dude was fired because of that shit, man. So it's just kind of like, God, that fucking sucks. And it doesn't really open up a chance for dialogue. It kind of, in my opinion, if I was in that position and I got fired because of some shit I said, I'd be pissed, and I would just be more bitter and hateful towards whatever group of people I didn't like. You know what I mean?
That's something that's, well, now the thing is, right, for jobs, this is actually the way you present yourself in public.
Yeah.
Like that's the basis of that whole situation.
Nobody deserves to have their job taken.
Nobody. Absolutely, yeah. I agree 100% with everything that's going on, but you also have to see it in the standpoint of the business. If you have a person with that kind of mentality working in your establishment, 9 out of 10 times, people of diverse cultures will likely not try to do any kind of business with you.
Pretty much. Like, look at the whole situation. If you go back a few years with WWE, remember how Chris Benoit killed his family and hung himself? Yeah. Notice how they still put him in the Hall of Fame, but it took them a long time to do so because they were getting away from that particular press. You don't want that particular press to affect your business.
Yeah.
You don't want your company, your boss, your employer being called a racist and X amount of things because, that person has said this because they felt a certain way on a situation. So,
yeah, man.
That's how
R.I.P. to my boy Chris Benoit, man. One of the greatest wrestlers ever.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know if they should lose their jobs, but yeah, like Carlos said, you're kind of an extension of the company. So they don't, that's going to reflect on them. And especially with social media now, they will find out where you work and they'll harass they'll call your supervisor, or if you're the supervisor, they'll go above your head like, hey, look, he said this, she said this, it's on video. Why are you associated with that kind of a person? So it's guilt by association.
Pretty much. And that's another thing that's very common in this gaming community of ours. You're guilty by association. A lot of people think this person is the same as that person because they're in a podcast or whatnot. So
or another one, like I said to you earlier when we was chatting, there are some people that will actually go by a person's name and actually try to make it seem that that person is from that race, that ethnicity, or that culture.
Right.
I know a lot of Tariq that are not actually African Americans. Some are Arabic, some are from different parts of the world, some are even Asian with the name Tyreek. So I'm not going to assume by the person's name that I should, racially profile them by making remarks, derogatory remarks, especially with food.
Yeah.
Especially food remarks. Like, just because my name is Carlos Fernandez, it does not signify that I'm actually Mexican. I have Mexican sisters. My father has remarried to a Mexican woman, and they have two beautiful girls, which are my sisters. So I take it very, very deep to heart when somebody tries to profile me in a certain way just because of my name.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually a Bronx native. My mother's Dominican, my father's Dominican, and I also have Puerto Rican blood, and I also have African descendants in my bloodline as well. So I'm a very culturally mixed person, and I take offense to when people try to profile a person based on their name, what religion they're from, or what walk of life they're from. First of all, we don't fit each other's shoes. We all have different sizes. We all have different perspectives in life. The only thing that we can actually, put in similarities to one another is that we are human beings. Like I said once again, you have to have a moral sense of respect for the person. It doesn't matter what religion they're from.
Oh, shout out to E.G. Johnson. I was getting ready to bring that up too. That's true. Stereotypes. Yeah,
the stereotypes
need to die. That needs to die. Like, oh, you blacks, that means you obviously just are, you listen to hip hop. No.
Nah, man. Not every person that I've met in my life. This is the beautiful thing about being a person, especially living here in New York and experiencing so many different cultures. You get to learn about these people. You get to learn about the mannerisms. You learn more about yourself and your existence the more you interact with other people, and you feel proud to be part of that culture.
Yep.
That culture of being a human, not of the culture of being Muslim, not the culture of being Jew, not the culture of being Chinese, not the culture. It's just a human. The interaction amongst humans and learning from one another and enjoying each other's company. That's the basis of diversity. And that is something that most people need to learn and get off your mindset, and stop being in the Jim Crow kind of concepts. And that doesn't work in this modern day society no more. Everybody's more self-aware.
It's a threat. If that's what I think a lot of people are really missing, is that they really feel threatened. And I don't just mean in a sense that just walking around saying it. They are literally huddled up, feeling scared that everything's going to be taken away. I mean, because the demographics of the country is changing, looking more and more like the rest of the world, and that's a threat, to a lot of people. So, and they're just scared. I mean, I'm not dismissing it, but ultimately, when you listen to what they're saying, I mean, because I see it. I mean, they feel threatened by. They're threatened by a fictional character, Miss Marvel, being the strongest Marvel character. Yeah. They're threatened by it. They're complaining about that. They're
complaining about when they said Scarlet Witch was the most powerful woman in the damn Marvel Cinematic Universe at the moment. It's like,
they feel
this damn serious. Do you pay attention?
But the thing is, like, for me as a person, you should not feel threatened by something so wonderful.
Yeah.
You shouldn't feel threatened by any means necessary, because you could be in a situation where your life is in threat, and I might be that person to help you out. And just because I'm Hispanic doesn't mean that I'm gonna take replace your place.
Hey, you know what, David Herman got a point there, because at the end of the day, we're all the same. We all are the same on the inside. We're all humans.
Yeah, man.
Good point. So yeah, you got a point there. But unfortunately, it's just people like, there's certain people out here that just will not accept that. They rather see themselves, they want to see themselves as superior. They want to go, well, I'm better than you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just because I have a better job or because of my race, my name, I'm more, over than you. And it's like, no, you're not. At the end of the day, your life is the same as mine.
Statistically speaking, there's no longer a dominant race on this planet. Everybody has the ability to become a billionaire. Everybody has the ability to become the next president. Everybody has the ability to make new technologies far beyond abilities. Everybody has that opportunity. It is no longer, you know, and I'm sorry to say
I'm surprised none of you dudes came at Detroit, but I know Craig remembers this. You know how the president was a female? Remember the president was a female in Detroit.
Everybody, if you play Detroit, when the androids are marching down the street,
yep,
each quote is one is from Malcolm X and one is from Martin Luther King. It's set up that way on purpose. If you want to go, I went right down the middle. I went with Garvey. So I went right down the middle. I'm like, okay, yeah, this sounds, you know, this is gonna be better. So I'm good. I was good. So I got a pretty good ending. But yeah, you're right. It was a female president, and yeah, you're right. I mean, and I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, because it said Madam President. I'm like, oh wow.
But you know what's the funny part though? Like it's bound to happen. There is gonna be at some point in time in the near future a woman running this country.
Some people can say that, like they can say that movie or that game is an interactive movie all they want. But let's be real here. That scene where you're at the end of Detroit and you gotta like choose between either revolution or just marching. When you march the open fire and you put your fist in the air, that's what I'm talking about. But
you don't have to go that way. I think it's got like 5 different endings.
Yeah, it's got like 5 different outcomes.
Listen, y'all better not spoil me with this game.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, she's not played it yet.
Oh, well, sorry. But
listen, I'm telling you, Persona 5 killed me. You know, it drained my soul, and I just haven't been the same ever since, man.
I know you had like the last time I saw you talk about a game like exclusively was Dark Souls. I think it was on the phone too. You were talking on the phone about that Dark Souls.
Yeah,
you saying you were gonna play Blue, and I was Blue. I haven't seen her in a while, but yeah. Blue.
I'll talk to you about that off air.
Okay.
Yeah.
But yeah, you were talking about going head to head with her in Dark Souls, something like that.
Yeah.
That was the last time I heard you say a game. After that, just went. Well, you know.
I mean, with all honesty, man, all I can say is this, man. I am proud to be who I am.
Yep.
I am proud to be an American citizen.
Yep.
I'm proud of my Dominican and Puerto Rican and Afro roots.
You know what I'm proud of? I'm proud of being alive. I'm proud of being alive and seeing how far we've come at the same time.
And that is the greatest. And that is the greatest. That's the greatest thing to acknowledge as a person, to see life unfolding and just embellish it, man. Don't be such a sourpuss. Like, embellish life and enjoy it. Learn from other cultures. Learn from other people. Learn a few couple of languages. English is not the only.
Persona 5 talk though, because I know one of my dudes at my work or my job, he was playing it. He said he was stuck on that all night. I'm like, damn, like
it's pretty great. It's amazing.
Like, how long is the story? The story must be long.
Oh, well, my first playthrough was like 114 hours.
So yeah, okay. So yeah, you're in a whole different ballpark. That's a grind.
Nah, she's on a different league with that Persona 5, bro.
Well, I still got to get caught back up the Assassin's Creed series. I got to get the Odyssey and I got to get Origins. So
I'm be real with you. I don't think you should play Origins. Just get Odyssey. Just letting you know.
Think I should?
No, don't get Origins.
How bad was it? Do you think?
No, it wasn't bad, but
wasn't working.
I think if you play that game and then try to play Odyssey, you're gonna be pissed. Like, like fatigued, I guess you could say.
Oh, okay, yeah, because it's open world. Or just the combat, like the way they did the combat.
Well, hold on, I see a demonic fucking bug in here. Hold on.
Oh shit.
No, personally, I wasn't a huge fan of the combat.
Yeah, it felt like a ripoff of Dark Souls.
Oh my god, how Sway? How is it like Dark Souls?
It just feels so like Dark Souls, like just from the way their health reacts and how you attack them. Like back in the yeah, the way it seems, like, come on, let's be real here. When you look at the combat from Assassin's Creed 1 to 2 and then go to this one, those ones had their own base combat, basically where you can attack, you can dodge, you can counter. This one, it just seems more like, I don't know, on the line to something else. Like they really were just trying to add elements of much, like from Dark Souls with the health bar above them.
Okay. Well, anyway, let's just keep moving. So yeah, I didn't really like the ending, I guess you could say, but overall it was fine. It was okay.
So you're telling me Ubisoft did the Far Cry ending to Assassin's Creed Origins, right? because that literally had me heated when I finished that game. I was so freaking pissed at the ending for Far Cry 5. I was just like, you know what? I'll wait till the next game. I want a better ending than this.
Yeah, I really want to play Shadow of the Tomb Raider, but I don't know. I got those weird feelings after the Rise of the Tomb Raider. So
I think honestly, I think you should wait, man. Wait for it to
like
go on
I've
sale.
noticed the trend too with Square Enix, but every time that game launches, you notice it has some bugs, bad bugs. So I don't know what's going on with Square Enix, but they're still using that tagline: "Become the Tomb Raider."
Well, maybe she'll get the double pistols, and then we'll finally see the real Tomb Raider.
Here, Crash.
Shoot down the T.
This to become the Tomb Raider, though. The Tomb Raider's a survivor.
Yeah.
So technically, she's already the Tomb Raider.
Yeah, I'm about to say I did not raid any tombs in that Rise of the Tomb Raider. So I raided not one tomb.
That's a good point too. The tombs. Let's talk about those tombs before we end this podcast. Compared to the first one, right? Compared to the first remake, Rise of the Tomb Raider, were the tombs better or worse than the first one?
I don't know. I didn't raid any of
them. Oh God, you ain't played the tomb? Oh my God, you missed out. Then those tombs was ridiculous. So, well, okay then, never mind.
All right, now hold on. Jacob Walker said that the Assassin's Creed Odyssey is happening 400 years after Origins. Like, how is it 400 years?
Yeah.
Or I think it's 400 years before Origins, and I'm thinking, how is that possible?
And if it's 400 years before Origins, then why the hell was the first one, the previous one, called Origins?
Yeah, well, yeah, he says it right here. Well, I'm sorry, but Egypt was a nation before Greece.
Yeah.
Way before Greece.
Yeah.
So if I read I may have misread the comment.
Excuses. You notice how they cannot go forward with the Assassin's Creed series. Everybody wants an Assassin's Creed game in feeble Japan.
I want to see that, man. Like
everybody wants a Japanese version of that where you have a different approach, sort of like Ghost of Tsushima. Well, okay, not completely like Ghost of Tsushima, but Assassin's Creed in that type of setting.
Well, I mean, that would be great. That would be great.
They don't want to go that route though. They keep giving you excuses. Well, let's go back to the Ezio timeline. Okay, let's create a whole different new character so we can continue the Connor storyline, even though nobody cared about Connor.
Connor is trash.
He was trash. I couldn't.
That first Assassin's Creed, I'm gonna be honest.
Hey, Luca, I'll give you $100 right now if you can pronounce his damn name. His real name, not the Connor name, but his other name.
I don't even remember what it was. Like
it was like Reno something.
I hate Connor, dude. Like he was just such a hypocritical sourpuss.
Trash, man. Even the fact that he came with an assassin, it was like, okay, so you mean to tell me I can become an assassin that way? I can knock on a grumpy old man's door for 3 days, be persistent for 3 days, and become an assassin? Get trained by him? Come on, man. It's ridiculous. Stupid.
That first Assassin's Creed was trash. I'm sorry. And if anybody gets mad at me for making that comment, too bad is my opinion.
The only thing cool about Connor's storyline was the fact that they had a better combat system. That was it. The combat was better in that one. That was it. After that, it was trash. Nothing else. His father had more depth to him than Connor.
Well, that's true.
And I'm like, how do you have the father outshine the son when the son is the star of the show? I don't get it.
Well, Enzo had a better.
And here's another funny thing too that they missed a point on. You notice how they created? You remember Rogue, right? Assassin's Creed Rogue.
Yeah.
They created a whole new assassin for Assassin's Creed Rogue with Shane Carwin. Not Shane. What was his name? I forgot his name. Shane something. But they created a whole different character for Assassin's Creed Rogue instead of just using the father from Assassin's Creed 3.
Wow.
They could have used the father from Assassin's Creed 3 and had him be the star of that because it made more sense with him.
Yeah, that probably would have worked a little bit better.
And that could have been called Origins instead of this shit right now.
Yeah.
They I'm telling you, Ubisoft has the best ideas for games, but the execution, oh my god.
Yeah.
It's very iffy.
Hey, it was.
You didn't like the naval comment for Black Flag, right?
I fucking hate sailing in video games. That shit is trash.
But
so you don't like
I look at the sailing Black Flag, right? Oh God. But I look at the sailing from Black Flag, right, and part 3, and compare that to Skull and Bones. It's like they have the ability to improve upon it, but it's like they don't do that when it matters.
I just hate sailing in video games. It's garbage, man. I just don't want to do it. It's like there's a lack of control there. You know what I mean? I'd rather get up and personal in someone's face and battle from a fucking tank. Essentially,
Black Flag though, that was a good game too. I don't know if you. Well, yeah,
I played some of it.
Yeah,
I liked Edward, but
yeah, that was a much better assassin. Even though there was some stuff again that Ubisoft thinks that they can get away with because it's a video game that they got away with. But let's be real here: when you first become Edward Kenway and you kill that corrupt assassin, you steal his clothes and you become an assassin. The fact that he does a leap of faith, it's like, dog, I thought that was only trained to assassins.
Yo,
well,
he does it perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on.
Well, but he's from the same bloodline. It's just a different
bloodline, but still, like you remember, he wasn't taught in the ways.
Kenway actually is the guy that gets with Assassin's Creed 3. The first person that your father killed, that kid's father kills, that's Kenway.
Yeah,
in that movie, that theater, wherever they're at, that was Kenway being killed. So. You know, because his last mission, he was going to England, you know, to finally settle down.
Yeah, he settled down with his daughter and his son died.
Yeah, but I like Assassin's Creed 3 because he was putting the murder down on a bunch of British pricks. And who don't want to kill a bunch of British pricks? So, Plus he was trained by a black man. So let's just leave it at that. So,
black man reminds me of you, Craig. You know.
Yeah.
From Jamie Dixon here, $2. Thank you, I appreciate it. Would you guys want a fantasy RPG from Rockstar?
Depends on how they execute it.
Yeah. Execution. That seems about right. That's sad, man. That series has so much that it could have been doing, and well, we're stuck just playing catch up with previous timelines here. It's ridiculous. So that's it, man. That's the podcast. I got nothing else to say on this show. We've been away. We missed 2 shows, I know, but we're back here. You know, I had to get my head straight. A lot of things happen outside of YouTube. I want to thank everybody for their patience. Shout out to the Specters, the Scumcast. Shout out to Luca here.
Hashtag Specters.
Yeah, shout out to everybody. Luca, Craig, everybody. I appreciate y'all, especially J Fonz. I appreciate y'all. Thank you so very, very much. We back in full effect here, and we're going to do what we usually do every week. So I appreciate everybody again. If you guys enjoyed the show, definitely hit that like button. I'm Ryan the Professional. Hope you guys enjoyed the show. Let's go and get into these outros, and I'll close it. Go ahead, Carlos.
Hey, man. Once again, man. It's your boy Type R87, a.k.a. Carlos Fernandez. Gamer by choice, not by trend. And yeah, man, love one another, treat one another with respect, and most importantly, remember, guys, especially you alpha males, you came out from a woman, man. Show some respect. At the end of the day, it is what it is. A woman created you, and she gave you life, and she practically brought you to this world. So show some respect to the females, man.
Yep,
we out.
All righty, go ahead, Messiah.
Yeah, what's up? Craig Harris. Follow me on the Mixer. I think that's what it's called. I'm Situated Spoon 26. I'm playing Fallout 3. Backwards compatible, baby.
Oh. And of course, you know, this woman I'm going to propose to very soon. Luca, go ahead.
Hi, thanks for having me. You guys can find me at the Ash and Luca on Twitter and Xbox Live. Lucy Quinn on PlayStation. And check me out tomorrow on my podcast called Scumcast at 12 p.m. Central Standard Time. We may have fun. It depends.
Oh, yeah. Just don't mention Xbox toilet paper. That's all.
Oh, God.
All right, guys. Thank you guys again for joining us, and we out of here, man.
Bye.